Okay, so we're down in the dungeon. Yes, this is sort of the little work area. The plan is, I think, I'm just going to build sort of a custom workbench in here. Yeah, so we've already got this one sort of workbench. Then it's just shelves, but yeah, there's plenty of room that I'm going to end up sort of doing an L-shaped kind of work area. I might even build shelves on top of it, just for like storing drills and stuff. But this is what we're actually working on here. Got this cricket bat I found in council cleanup. And yeah, I've just kind of taken the stickers off, filled the holes and sanded it, and then I'm just going to oil it and should be good. I might actually keep that for myself. Then we're going to spray paint this scale, see if we can't sort of restore it, because I don't know. Yeah, it's sort of a family heirloom, as weird as that sounds. Yeah, and then so this is the main challenge for today. So this is a it's called a Thor Juvenator. You can see the badge. No, it's not going to focus, of course. But it was basically, it's like an exercise machine, I guess you'd say. So if you can see, like, it has these little prongs back here, which attach this little belt, and you put the belt around you and it would vibrate, and so in theory you'd lose weight from the stimulation of the muscles, I guess. Originally these were made in the 20s, and so I think this one's from the 20s, but I think this might be a replacement belt, because all the belts that I've seen on the originals are leather, so it was probably replaced and used later. But yeah, they're only really made in the 20s, and then by the time the 30s hit, nobody really needed to lose weight, because everybody was already underweight because of the depression. So yeah, they went out of fashion, and then obviously technology advanced a bit and they were obsolete. But I found this in council cleanup, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna plug it in. This is actually the first time I plugged it in, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna see if it works. Okay, so hopefully this actually works. Hopefully I don't get electrocuted or destroy the power source in the building or anything like that. So we don't actually need that. All we need is to untangle this. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't done this before. This is not just for show. This is actually, we're going to see if this thing actually works. If it does, I'll be pretty impressed, because it's almost 100 years old. Fingers crossed. That's sick. Holy, it actually works. Alright, got this one off that. Smells like when I used to run my old Lionel trains. It used to start heating up, and yeah, it's a bit frayed. I mean, I don't think you want to exercise with it, but the motor's all still there. And I found this on the side of the road, so it could have easily been, water damage, anything like that. It runs like a top. There you go, yeah, and like if you can see, it's got like, so this bracket here, and you'd screw that onto something, have it out like facing you. You put the belt around it, put it around your stomach, and then in theory you would become fit and healthy. Maybe a bit of a six-pack for all those flappers. Okay, so I think this scale is going to turn into a bit of a full-blown restoration. Guess I'll spray paint it. I'm just actually, just a bit of steel wool, just kind of buffing up the sides. They're coming actually up pretty nicely. Most of the rust is just coming right off. There's sort of just kind of crappy stuff on it, but a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of steel wool, and we should be pretty much ready for spray painting. I'm not quite sure what color I'll do yet. I'll have to consult the family on that one. But yeah, other than that, I guess we'll hop, skip, and jump back into that some other time. In another video, I'm sure I'll show sort of what I finished once this is done. But for the moment, yeah, that's it. Alright, so I figure in this first video I should sort of say a little bit about myself. I'm 18 years old, live in Sydney currently, and I'm a collector of old things, I guess you'd say. My specialty is militaria, so military items ranging so mostly in the 20th century conflicts, World War One, World War Two, Korea, Vietnam, etc. But I collect anything old essentially, and I resell on eBay. That's one of my livelihoods. And I pick trash, I pick op shops, sort of thrift stores, you name it, pretty much anywhere, flea markets you can find old things, old clothes, whatever. I go there and I collect. Mostly what I sell on eBay is clothes, actually. I just sold this vintage NFL Tampa Bay Buccaneers snapback, which is made by Apex. Like, it's nothing special, just a little nice, clean, essential item. I know snapbacks are not exactly the hottest accessory, but held on to it for a couple months, and then now it's sold, which is really good. I got it was pretty beat up and kind of dirty, so I sort of restored it, just cleaned it up, gave it back its form, and yeah, so I'm just going to box that up and send that off. But yeah, eBay is sort of where I sell most of my items, and most of what I do is like jerseys, vintage clothing, accessories like that. And then eventually I think I'm going to get into sort of dealing antiques at an antique market or whatever, sort of for bigger items, because they're a lot harder to ship on eBay. And I've sort of been collecting those items like the Juvenator exercise thing that you saw previously or earlier in the video. I collect items like that. Like, I found that in Council Cleanup, which is just the curbside pickup of sort of bulkier items, and yeah, not necessarily stuff that goes straight in the trash, but stuff that might be able to get a second life. So I drive around and pick through all of that, and I've come up with some pretty cool finds like that. Probably that Thor Juvenator is probably one of the coolest finds, in the fact that it works. Like, I'm still buzzing after finding out that thing actually works. But another thing that I also sort of specialize in, or not specialize in, but I also do like restorations of stuff that I find. So like, I don't know, you saw the cricket bat. And I restored an old skateboard a few months ago. Most of the stuff that I find is in Council Cleanup, or it's just kicking around. I don't spend too much on it. But yeah, I find that cool, bringing like old stuff back to life and sort of upcycling stuff that is too damaged to really be of any value, to turn it into something that is maybe not obviously of huge value, but yeah, something more functional. And that's one thing that I really do enjoy. So that's, I'm sure, some stuff that'll pop up in future videos, providing I continue with this. Isn't the one and only video that I ever do. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me, and I'm sure stuff will come out later in other videos that I do. But yeah, for the moment, that's it.